I noticed on Twitter, man, Gervonta Tank Davis shot a little shot at you, was talking a little smack. What's the deal with that, man? What's going on?
Man, he's so sensitive. You always want to play the petty games. So, like, you got something to say, just say it straightforward, But yeah, whatever.
Twitter
thing. How he be, so it's some back and forth.
All right, well, look at.
For the first time since his release, Gervonta Davis has broken his silence, and his aim was to insult and fire shots at Curmel Moten. It's been some long weeks of silence for him, with a bit of a tragedy in the mix. But while Manu expected him to address the situation, Gervonta Davis remained quiet.
We just moving on faith, you know what I mean? Keeping it in God's hand. People asking us about it, but we don't talk about it, We keeping it in God's hand. I told you 2 weeks ago when you asked about it, was it, messing with Tank doing it? No. God got it, man. And that's all we know. God got it. Keep the faith,
To get words out of his mouth, no journalist, interviewer, or professional could make any positive attempt. But all it took was some shots by Floyd Mayweather's protege, Curmel Moten. Days ago, Curmel Moten shared a picture on his X page, formerly Twitter, screenshot, showing a post from Gervonta Davis predicting that he gets beaten by another fighter, Zaquin. Curmel all hype, I got Zaquin. I feel like Zay is a real trench baby. Something this big Kuzo is trying to be. By the way, I've never seen Zay fight.
What are your thoughts on Curmel being 14 pounds overweight?
Yeah, I know, but I don't want to do him crazy because he's like, on the come up. So I don't want to,
But big bro to little bro, you got to get him on his
stay, you know what I mean? I would wild out because he tried to do that with
Curmel Moten ultimately took offense at Gervonta Davis's post and was even more angry at the fact that he didn't come across the post early enough. And without hesitation, he fired shots at Gervonta Davis for calling him a hype job. Why am I just finding out about this? Bro is a hoe. His sensitive bum knows damn well I'll put a belt on that boy. Unfortunately, this was just after Gervonta Davis deleted all his social media pages, including X and Instagram, and could not find Moten's comments nor respond to them. But regarding the major setback he faced for some days before he was eventually freed, his coach Kenny Ellis has spoken about what really happened, aiming to clear the air from several rumors out there.
And there was a lot of people praying, man, and we get to see the face of boxing this year again, and it's just amazing, because because that 35 division, I feel like it needs Tank. It needs to. He needs to be in that division,
don't just.
In an interview, he said, "We were just moving on faith, keeping it in God's hands. People were asking us about it, but we aren't going to talk about it. God got it, and that's all we know. God got it. Keep the faith." There were a lot of people praying, and we get to see the face of boxing again this year. It's amazing, because at 135, I feel the division needs Tank.
The guys like we mentioned earlier, like Shakur, Devin, and them guys. Who else, like, when you watch, when they got a fight signed and they got a fight coming, who gets you, like, excited to watch boxing?
Tank, for sure.
Tank?
I look forward to all Tank fights.
Yeah?
Tank, the most exciting fighter to me, and the most fun to watch.
Why? What makes him the most exciting?
Cause I just like the way Tank fight, and also you never know with him. You watching the fight, you never know what punch you gonna land and put dude out. He do exciting stuff in the ring.
Well, like too, he's a slow starter, right? So he gets.
Interestingly, the same Curmel Moten who used to cherish Tank is now the one doing as much as he can to show their differences in and out of the ring. There seems to be no love lost between them after all that happened between Tank, Curmel Moten, and Floyd.
You a few fights into your career, Tank is well established. What do you think about him saying, the comments he said, you're not a trench baby, Zay is, and just talking about you at all at this point? What do you think that says about you?
It says a lot about me, Shows that he's obviously threatened by me about something, I stay on his mind. I don't know why, what's up with him, but, end of the day, Tank's a good fighter.
The only thing he had me on was strength, but skill-wise and speed-wise. We went back and forth. That's how Curmel Moten once described his sparring sessions with Gervonta Davis. Moten, who sharpened his craft at the famed Mayweather Boxing Club in Las Vegas, directly under the watchful eye of Money Mayweather, got a front row seat to greatness. Observing Floyd Mayweather's meticulous preparations for the 2015 Manny Pacquiao fight, and trading leather with elite names like Shakur Stevenson, Tank Davis, Devin Haney, Richardson Hitchens, Kenneth Sims, and Olympic gold medalist Robaisi Ramirez.
What was it like when you sparred him? I know you sparred Tank early on.
Yeah.
What was that experience like? Like, replay that experience for me. Like, you coming out of it, what was your thought?
Yeah, I was nervous at first. I think I was 15 at the time we sparred, so he wasn't really like trying to knock me out or nothing like that. But we was going like, he was using the speed on me. Like, we was both like going speed for speed, and it was great. It was like a chess match.
Did you understand in that moment like why he is who he is?
Yeah.
When Floyd Mayweather Jr. was asked what set Curmel Moten apart from the rest, he didn't hesitate. Hunger, hunger. He wanted to be great. He's boxed so many different champions throughout the years, even as an amateur. The 50-0 boxer has been closely involved in Moten's rise, acting as his promoter as well as the young boxing prospect's mentor. Mayweather has praised his drive and pedigree in the ring, even going as far as to say, if given the opportunity, he could be the next Floyd Mayweather.
He is a big fight. Do you think Tank will retire before you can, like, I mean, because there is a small possibility. He's still at 35, so maybe you can catch him at 40 in 5 years, right? He's, what, 29? He'll be 29 November, or he's 29 now? One of the two, so he'll be 30. He'll, like, technically, it'll be like him fighting Loma. Loma's 36, or you don't even think about that?
I don't think about it. I'm not really focused on it. You know, I'm focused on now, you know, my upcoming fights. Take one fight at a time, but who knows what the future holds.
But while comparisons to Floyd Mayweather are flattering, it's Gervonta Davis, Mayweather's former protege, whom Curmel Moten is now being measured against, considering both are at lightweight. And now, Curmel Moten is ready to address those comparisons head-on. Since turning pro in 2023, the 18-year-old has wasted no time showing he's more than just hype. Backed by experience gained from countless amateur bouts, he's quickly carving his path in the professional ranks. In his last fight, Curmel Moten went 8 rounds and secured a dominant win over 28-year-old Renny Viamonte on the undercard of Caleb Plant versus Jose Armando Resendiz at the Michelob Ultra Arena in Las Vegas. So, as he appeared in an interview with Fight Hype, he was asked about the growing comparisons to Gervonta Davis, and many calling him Tank 2.0.
Fighter, he's a great fighter, you know, got a lot of skills, but, you know, as far as his personality, I don't really know, you know, but, end of the day, I'm gonna just keep working, doing me. And I don't really see what being a trench baby got to do with fighting skills at the end of the day.
Facts.
You know, a lot of people, you know, they like to glorify that, you know, that makes you fight good. I thought this was skills, but, you know, at the end of the day, me and Zay Quinn gonna meet up eventually, and I'm gonna show the world.
Not even about me being a different type of fighter, he began. I'm just me. I'm not Tank. Not 2.0 or nobody. I'm me. Calm but firm, Curmel Moten made it clear he's not chasing anyone's legacy. He's building his own. I wouldn't say I really like the comparisons, but people are going to make them, but I'm going to just keep making my own name each fight. In the end, when asked about stylistic differences between him and Gervonta Davis, Curmel Moten was direct. Like, I definitely throw a lot more punches in. He's a lot more patient. He waits on a big shot. I kind of just press him sometimes. Yeah, that's probably the biggest difference.
It's hard to say, you know, it just depends on, you know, which version of each of those guys we get that night, you know. You know, Shakur has had some shaky performances, but he's also had great performances. And then Tank, you know, he's had a few, I won't say a few, but he's coming off a shaky performance. So, you know, we'll see if he gets past Roach. And then if he does, then I feel like Shakur and Tank should happen. And I don't know who I'm rooting for that in that fight. You know, I think I'll lean towards Shakur.
His clarity in speech mirrored his precision in the ring, and that's exactly why he's already winning people over. Richard Schaefer, the former Golden Boy Promotions CEO and the current Mayweather Promotions CEO, knows a thing or two about what it takes to guide elite fighters to the top. With over 25 years in the business, Schaefer has been a key figure in shaping Curmel Moten's early career, particularly during his time working alongside Floyd Mayweather. He's a generational talent and a tremendous young man, Schaefer told The Ring a few days ago. He's got the speed, ring generalship power, and when he smells blood, he knows how to go for it.
I was talking to Richard Schaefer last week. He said you're a generational talent. What do you make of all the weight that's put behind you and all the expectations people have?
Just to live up to it, you know. That's why I work in the gym so hard every day, and I I make all the sacrifices I make just to live up to the name that I have to. And, you know, this is what I wanted.
You turn 19 next week. What's the next?
Schaefer emphasized that Curmel Moton's instincts in the ring are rare, especially for someone so young. Schaefer is also confident that if the Salt Lake City native stays the course, focused, disciplined, and protected from outside distractions, his path to greatness is inevitable. I think he's going to become not only a world champion, but a superstar of the sport, he said. Moreover, Schaefer envisions that Curmel Moton, who turns 19 next week, can become a world champion by 2027. If the world title opportunity presents itself over the next 24 months, I can definitely see him becoming a world champion, said Schaefer, further adding, Floyd sees greatness. The Mayweather gym in Las Vegas is a magnet for young talent, and Curmel is the crown jewel of the stable.
Bro, yo, I see people online calling you Tank 2.0 sometimes. I don't know if that's just because you light-skinned and, you know, you with Floyd, but how do you feel about that when you hear that?
Yeah, I see the comparison, you know, people be light-skinned, whatever, they say we fight alike. But, you know, I'm not Tank, I'm Curmel Moton, and you're going to see a lot of me.
Yeah. How did you feel, like, you know, from, you know, your amateurs, this being the first one? We got my man Floyd in the back. How'd you feel in there, you know, getting the first one off?
Yeah, it felt great. I'm ready for the pros. I'm ready to...
With that said, Curmel Moton already has 8 wins under his belt at 18, the same age Gervonta Davis was when he first turned pro. And if Moton continues winning at this pace, he might just surpass the legacy Gervonta Davis has built for himself. So, the question is, does Curmel Moton have all the qualities needed to become a world champion? What do you think? Over the years, Mayweather has played a crucial role in Moton's development, guiding him through each stage of his journey.
But, you know, I think that is probably one of, you know, the biggest goals, I would say, outside looking in for boxers, is to work with world champions. And, you know, you get to work with one of the greatest of all time. So how has that experience for you been? And what is the biggest piece of advice that Floyd has given you for inside the ring and outside the ring?
Less than a year into his professional career, Curmel Moton has already made a significant impact in the boxing world. Currently holding a record of 5-0, Moton has shown his power and skill in the ring. With Floyd Mayweather's mentorship and Moton's undeniable talent, the young boxer's future looks incredibly bright. Mayweather expressed his pride in being part of Moton's journey. "I'm happy that I'm able to be a part of his life and take him to that next level," Mayweather concluded. As Moton continues to make waves in the professional boxing scene, fans and experts alike are eager to see how far this rising star will go.
I feel like them two right now.
Do you like the comparisons to Tank, like you personally? Or do you feel like, no, I'm a different type of fighter. Like I have my own things that set me apart.
Right. Not even just about me being a different type of fighter. I'm just me. I'm not Tank. You know. I'm not 2.0 and nobody. I'm me. I'm Curmel. And so, you know, I wouldn't say I really like the comparisons, but, you know, people are going to make them. But I'm going to just keep making my own name each fight.
It is likely he will be used on increasingly popular match cards in the future, not least given Mayweather's involvement in the highly profitable YouTube boxing phenomenon. However, Gervonta Davis ensured he hindered Curmel Moton from fighting on the Gervonta Davis-Frank Martin undercard. The June 15th event at the MGM Grand Arena, co-headlined by David Benavidez and Alexander Gvozdik's lightweight Amazon clash, is the year's second PBC Prime feature. Moton incidentally fought his third professional bout on March 30th, the inaugural show under the newly established partnership between Al Heyman's promotions and the paid subscription giant. All of these came up after Curmel Moton shared a collage of pictures with his fans and followers featuring him and Floyd Mayweather Jr. training at the gym.
I mean, Tank, David Benavidez, the rematch with Ryu and De Los Santos. I mean, is that something that you want?
Yeah, definitely. That's a huge card, and I love to be a part of it. I love to be a part of all the big PBC cards.
Yeah, I like that. Good answer. I see you.
Another shot showed the undefeated former world champion assisting Moton in putting on his gloves. Curmel Moton seemed clearly elated by the support and guidance he has been receiving from one of boxing's greatest. He wrote, "Best team in boxing." But soon he received a response from Gervonta Davis, as the World Boxing Association lightweight champion said, "Yo idiot won't be on the June 15th card either." Typically, many would question why he would have said that. Well, it seemed Curmel Moten shared some information regarding his next fight. Unfortunately, I will not be fighting next weekend on the 4th. I appreciate all of your support, except me back in June. I promised to put on a show, said Moten.
Yeah, the experience has been great. You know, I've got so much experience from Floyd. I feel like it just puts me ahead of the game compared to the other fighters that are my age, you know, with the same level of experience and stuff. And he just told me to always believe in myself.
Evidently, Curmel Moten was hinting at featuring in the June 15th Gervonta Davis-Frank Martin undercard. Sadly, the reasons for this not happening remain unclear, but the young prodigy's response to a user who insinuated whether Gervonta Davis caused the exit resulted in a scathing response from the lightweight champion. So why should it perturb Tank so much? The general perception seems that it might have happened because of Moten's close proximity to mentor and guide Floyd Mayweather Jr., the lightweight champion and the money, are currently engaged in a much publicized online spat. Gervonta Davis firing back at Curmel Moten today, wrote Michael Benson. The screen grab shows a sequence of conversations. So responding to a tweet that displayed the entire card of the Gervonta Davis and David Benavidez twin main event, a user commented, "Bro Tank really kicked Curmel Moten out of the card?" Curmel Moten replied that he had another show in hand. B would share the details sometime later, hence he asked everyone to watch this space for more. But soon a response from Gervonta Davis appeared. "Next time, be a man of your own, little clown dumbhead guy. Don't forget the reason why you are throwing up that ape stuff," said the Baltimorean. Davis, meanwhile, continues to make the headlines for the wrong reasons. His performance against Roach in the first fight was heavily scrutinized, with some claiming Tank wasn't motivated and didn't take the fight seriously. Roach, though, put on a superb display. As per reports, PBC started looking for a new date even before Tank Davis got arrested. Davis reportedly stopped training for 3 weeks prior to his arrest after the incident on June 15th. Hence, it looks unlikely that the rematch could take place on August 16th.
For battery, domestic violence. Put your hands behind your back. You got handcuffs? Hey,
Instead, PBC is trying to reschedule it for either August 23rd or August 30th, and the feasibility of the new dates are currently being explored. With all the recent happenings, one might question Davis's headspace heading into the rematch if it actually goes down on August 16th. The first fight between the pair went down in March and ended in a controversial majority draw. Davis took a deliberate knee in the 9th round, which wasn't counted as a knockdown, leaving the boxing world baffled. Roach certainly gave Tank the toughest fight of his career and took away his perfect record. Davis is now 30-0-1 with 28 knockout wins, while Roach Jr. is January 2nd, 25 with 10 KO wins.
Tank can go get you if you're running away, because Tank is very good at knowing the distance where he has most leverage on his punches. If you think about Mike Tyson is strange to say, but he wasn't great with his power when he was very close on the inside. Mike Tyson was a mid-range puncher.
Lamont Roach showed he could take Gervonta Davis's best shots and launch his own counters to leave Tank stumbled. Hence, the rematch is a fight fans are looking forward to. Their controversial first fight went down in March, where Davis retained his WBA lightweight title through a majority draw. The second fight looks set for August 16th, which Roach has claimed will still go ahead.
He's been vocal trying to talk to you about some things. Tank Davis, he got arrested. I mean, any thoughts on that one?
He did, huh? Again?
Yeah, again.
Hey, look, I actually like Tank Davis. He's a good, he's a good kid. He's a good fighter, a great fighter, actually. He's one of my favorites. Just get your shit together, man. That's it, basically. Get your shit. You don't hit women, man.
It's no secret that Terrence Crawford and Gervonta Davis are not too fond of each other. Their rivalry, sparked during the build-up to Crawford's bout with Davis's then close friend Errol Spence Jr., has only intensified. fueled further by the growing tension between Davis and Crawford's ally, Shakur Stevenson. The feud reached a boiling point earlier this year when Crawford playfully mocked the WBA lightweight champion for complaining about being excluded from a Ring magazine event in London.
90 days home detention by serving at a four-season hotel and a $3.4 million penthouse rather than trainer Calvin Ford house as the judge agreed. This is the reason why Tank is not being jailed. Gervonta Davis' lawyer argued that the house was too small for security staff. Additionally,
today, Gervonta Davis was arrested for domestic violence. He's the champion in your division. What do you think about? What's your reaction to that?
I don't know about that. I don't know Tank personally, and I really got nothing to say. I just wish him the best. Everything inside the ring, outside the ring.
Definitely. Shakur fights tomorrow. That's another champ.
Davis retaliated with personal jabs at Crawford and his family, rapidly escalating their conflict. Bud Crawford weighed in on the Baltimore native's upcoming rematch with Lamont Roach Jr. A few months ago on the Ring Champs with Ak and Barack podcast, he acknowledged Roach Jr.'s impressive performance in their first fight, but doubts he can repeat that success.
Unfortunately, Tank, he was arrested today. He has some personal incident. My question for you is the impact to his career. He's had these roller coasters, these ups and downs, and he's a star. What do you think about it?
I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, Tank, I've been saying he needs therapy. That's all I said.
I think you're going to get a better Tank, but at the same time, I think Roach fought at his peak, Crawford said. I don't think he can fight no better than that. Anyway, as for Gervonta Davis's current legal situation, even Oscar De La Hoya has some advice for the 30-year-old. And that's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality contents like this. Until next time, peace out.